standing there, I can't believe the way in which you face me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a look that's in your eyes, don't it be described? It's so amazing. And a sweetness in your smile, don't it be defined? Something special, sexy, wonderful. 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 So you're standing there, I wanted you to be my baby. So you're standing there, I can't believe the way in which you face me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a look that's in your eyes, don't it be described? It's so amazing. It's so amazing, baby. And a sweetness in your smile, don't it be defined? Something special, sexy, wonderful. Something special, sexy, wonderful. Something special, sexy, wonderful. Something special, sexy, wonderful. Something special, sexy, wonderful.
So welcome everyone to Manchester High School for Girls, and welcome to this event to celebrate the life of Daniella, and a particularly warm welcome to members of Daniella's family. We're really pleased to be hosting this event for you today. Now, some months ago when I met with Michelle to discuss what we should have here in school in memory of Daniella, we soon agreed that it should be something that reflected her love of reading. And we decided to transform this library courtyard into a space with benches, which I'm delighted to see you using, and with plants, and to make it a really lovely place for girls to come and read. So over the summer we've been having planting taking place, and we're very grateful that Mr. and Mrs. Sciama are kindly arranging for even more plants to make this into what I know will be a wonderful area for girls to enjoy. And I think all of us here today know what a very special person Daniella was. And as a permanent reminder of her friendly and caring nature, we're going to have a plaque on the wall just here. And it's not just any plaque. This is a plaque with an amazing poem written by Daniella. And I should like to invite Mr. Sciama, Mrs. Sciama to come forward to unveil the plaque, please.
Looking over, because we did that before.
Don't worry, it will go smoothly, I know it will.
We just have to make it up really clever, otherwise it's so beautiful.
Now I know that after this you will all want to come and have a closer look, and I'm sure that when girls come and sit in this area, and it's up there on the wall, they will be inspired by Daniella's words. And I think it would be rather nice at this point to hear some words from one of Daniella's former teachers. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Whelan to come forward and say a few words about Daniella.
I recently read an interesting fact that children laugh about 400 times a day, while adults laugh on average only 15 times a day. I can honestly say that the average number of times I laughed significantly increased whilst in the presence of Daniella. She had a unique ability to make everyone around her smile, even when she was poorly. I am utterly grateful for the time I have known such an inspirational young lady. And the school is a better place for having had Daniella as a student. I will always miss her laughter, but I have such wonderful memories of one of the most determined, funny and kind students I have ever met. We will never forget Daniella.
Thank you, Mrs. Whelan. And we know how hard it is to talk about Daniella because she's very much still in our hearts, and it does hurt and it is emotional, but I wonder if I could ask you to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone for coming. It may get to be a bit of a cry fest in a minute, so I'm really sorry if I cry. But thank you to the school for everything, and to all of the friends and just everyone. And right, here goes. Okay. So this was the first place that I came the morning after Daniella passed. Here to school, after I dropped Nicholas to Manchester Grammar. I had to, you see, because together we had brought Daniella up. For 7 years, no one had known Daniella as well, nor loved her as much, nor wanted as much for her as we collectively had. No one had known more the full extent of her challenges, nor the sheer courage, bravery, and superhuman determination that it had taken for her to achieve the outstanding results that she had attained, to become the exemplar of love, light, compassion, dignity, and grace that she was. Daniella, as you know, was and is the love of our lives, my greatest love, my greatest teacher, my greatest challenge. That is as it should be. I always used to tell her that I was the luckiest, proudest mummy in the universe, and thanked her for coming to me. And she always used to look at me and say, "Why, Mummy?" And I'd say, "Because no one could have dealt with all that you have dealt with the grace and dignity with which you have." They say that emotional intelligence makes up between 80 and 90% of all the competencies that distinguish outstanding leadership from the average. And that is what Daniella had in abundance. In fact, she was the embodiment of it, in all its excellence. Her ability to manage herself in the face of all adversity, never allowing the inexorable onslaught of health setbacks to get in the way of her life, her friends, her studying, and the copious amounts of partying she did. Her ability to give herself so selflessly and attentively to all of those around her, and her ability to achieve the results that she got, made her the extraordinary inspiration that she is. As they say in the Jewish tradition, God gives us 3 names. The name our parents gives us, the name we give ourselves, and the name we are given by those around us. As all the posts that have been so lovingly placed on Dreaming of Daniella have testified to, and all the beautiful things that everyone has said and written about Daniella, Daniella's name is pure light and love, grace and dignity, and the sheer joy and celebration of life. They say when we come here to fulfill a purpose, something we choose to work on, to achieve in this realm, this time round, to move us forward to a place of higher consciousness and light. I know that Daniella fulfilled hers, and that was to be the embodiment of all that is light, love, and inspiration, so that we in turn take our lead and live our lives sprinkling the same brand of stardust she so magically and graciously sprinkled on us, on all those around us. And to live our lives to the full, fulfilling our purpose with the sheer generosity of spirit and joy our beautiful angel showed us how to. I was driving down Princess Parkway the other day and I saw a sign outside William Hume School saying, "Preparing you for success in the future." What I realised in the moment was that Manchester High prepares you for success in the now, to be the very best you can be and to fulfil your potential in each and every moment that you live your life, because we never know what will happen in the next. When Daniella first passed away, I could see no purpose in anything. I couldn't see the purpose in all her pushing and striving to succeed, in attending lessons in agonising pain, and sitting till all hours of the morning cramming for exams, when all she really needed to do was rest and recover and get well. And I asked Mrs. Smith, why did you push her so hard? Why, with all her challenges, didn't you make more allowances? And Mrs. Smith turned to me and said, because we knew what she was capable of. Because we knew that if we could get her to achieve her potential, she would always have the privilege of choosing her destiny, that the world would be her oyster, that she would have fulfilled her potential, and fulfill it she did. And in that moment, I understood that it is exactly because of what has happened that we should strive to be the best we can be at all times, in the now, to maximise our potential and be the contribution in the world that Daniella was and continues to be. This courtyard area, this magnificent plaque, and the magnificent award that will be given each year in Daniella's name from here on in perpetuity, is the greatest gift and acknowledgement of our beautiful daughter that anyone could give. Mrs. Hewitt, Mrs. Smith, Sister Matthews, and all the members of staff, thank you from the bottom of our hearts and all our being for your love and acknowledgement. Daniella always used to say to me, "Mummy, you know what? I'll show them one day. I'll be the one invited to make the inspirational address at speech night one day." Now she will be the one doing that every year. Thank you for all of you for loving our daughter as you do, and for keeping her alive in everything you do and everything you say. We love you forever. I just wanted to end on a quote, if that's okay. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are meant to shine as children do. We were born to make magnificent the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That is what our beautiful girl has done for us. That is her legacy.
Don't really have 3 words to describe Daniella. There's like too many. She was just like literally the nicest girl you could ever have like met or had the privilege to meet.
She lit up the room when she walked in.
She really did. You only needed to meet her once. She was always. And just so
So if we had to say 3 words, approachable,
smiling, approachable, happy.
3 words?
Yeah. I'd say she was always like more concerned about other people
Oh yeah, as you
than
can
she
tell
was
from
herself.
her poem. Yeah.
She always cared, like if someone was feeling ill or like had a cold, she'd be like all over it. Like she'd get paracetamol out, she'd be like, I've got this, this and this, I've got some Sudafed, like I've got some Alps oil, I've got some tissues, and she'd supply you for like the day with like anti-cold and flu, like first aid. She was always on it, like, always. She really cared about everyone. The best. Yeah, miss her. Oh yeah, and she loved Borat as well. That was like her favourite film. Yeah, like honestly, she thought it was the most hysterical thing you've ever watched in your life. And it's so like not PC as well. So it's like she used to laugh at the whole like Justin Bieber Wolverine thing. That was like her favourite part of the film. No, you should watch it. It's
Some of these things your mum may not know about.
yeah. Oh no. Michelle definitely knows about the Borat thing, and she used to take the mick out of my name, impersonating one of our teachers' accent, Ollie, and my name's Chloe, so she used to call me Collie, and then Daniella would come up after registration and be like, Collie, and I would just be like, Daniella, don't stop it. She was just, stop it. She was the best girl, honestly.
So I can think of a lot of words to describe Daniella, but probably three that come to mind are witty, caring, and very vivacious.
Who was it?
When I first moved to my high.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell us when to start.
Okay.
When I first started at Man High, I didn't have many friends, and Daniella always made sure that I was okay and that I had some friends. And we got friendly really quickly. She always made time for me, and in the corridor she'd always stop whatever she needed to do. And I remember we went to Starbucks together all the time. She made me try porridge, and whenever I eat porridge, I remember her.
She was, Daniella was our cooler friend, and it was older. So when we walked down the corridors at school and we saw her, we'd stop and say hi, and we felt really cool. We felt really cool.
Yeah.
But like she'd be friends with anyone and everyone, and she'd laugh with everyone and smile.
Yeah, despite all like her challenges and everything she was going through, every time we'd see her she'd ask us how we were, and we could just like complain to her about anything. She'd give us advice, tell us what to do, and she was just like a big sister, really.
And we could be so upset, and then she'd just speak to us, and like
she was hilarious.
we'd like laugh and
Yeah.
smile. She's just an amazing girl.
The advice she gave me, I still use today. She was just like such a big imprint on all our lives. I'll never forget her.
We miss you.
We always saw her like inhale, like walking my dog.
She'd always be like, let's go for coffee. She loves going out for coffee.
She was just like so friendly.
And a 2-minute chat would turn into like
An hour.
20 minutes.
One day we were sat in C15 after school. We were both waiting. I don't know what we were waiting for about 2 hours, just talking about rubbish. But she was just so easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And yeah, really loved her.
It's only like 2 seconds. Daniella was like a big sister to us at school. Like she always made us laugh. She was amazing. She always cheered us up for everything. And even on camp when I was homesick, she was on the mega side. She just made me laugh, and she didn't make me think of home or anything. And she was always.
And she always looked after us. We always go talk to her about anything, about bad marks.
Yeah, and she just used to reassure us that everything would be okay. And yeah, we love her so much and we miss her.
Yeah, we miss her so much.
Something special, sexy, wonderful. Something special, sexy, wonderful. Something special, sexy, wonderful. So you're standing there, I wanted you to be my baby. So you're standing there, I can't believe the way in which you face me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a look that's in your eyes, don't it be described, so amazing. And a sweetness special.